Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm gonna let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna give some shots out to the early birds, starting with Don. OG man, what up? Safi Ali, Edward, what is that? Pythram? What's up? What's up, Ohio? Kayla Green. True, what's up? What's up? Janine. Loretta. What's up, Retta? Mike Dan. What's up, Mike? K. Wiley, North Carolina, all day. Alan Roberts, Fifth Ward in the house. Yeah. Fifth Ward raised. You dig? D. McMillan. What's up, Atlanta? Got Mocha in the building. What's up? What's up? All right, fam, I'm going to go in on this. I'm finna go in on this hypocrisy. I'm about to go in on this hypocrisy. So, word on the street is ESPN got a number of hosts and analysts who threatened to leave the company if ESPN did not discipline Shannon Sharpe. What do I mean by discipline? Get rid of him. Now, they didn't get rid of Shannon altogether. According to Shannon, it was his choice to take a leave of absence to concentrate on family and other business and take care of this lawsuit that was filed against him by a 19-year-old girl at the time, who is now 21, I believe, 21, 22. But at the time, she was 19 when she first met Shannon, and she talks about how Shannon violated her. This is the same girl that was talking, like saying the type of words, man, I ain't never talk like that in front of my mama or my dad. I would never say none of that. I would never want them to hear me say stuff that she said. But in any event, she is the victim. She has no culpability whatsoever. She's the victim. And Shannon, whole movement, it hasn't been derailed, but it has slowed down somewhat. ESPN was a huge platform for him. According to Shannon, he's not done at ESPN. He'll be back later this year. That's for the preseason for NFL, I believe. They're going to try to bring him back for preseason. But I know ESPN. ESPN is a coward. As an organization, ESPN is a coward. And if the heat is still on, they're not going to touch Shannon. If somehow he fights through this all by himself and get through it, with him and his team, then they'll welcome him with open arms and act like they've been standing by him the entire time. But ESPN has shown a propensity to throw their employees under the bus to save the skin of the overall company. And here's the thing about ESPN, fam. ESPN picks and chooses. It picks and chooses when it wants to be serious about SA. They don't cover these incidents the same way. Y'all remember when Jerry Sadusky, who used to be the defensive coordinator for the Penn State, remember when he had 40 criminal counts of molesting 8 boys back in 1994 through 2009? He got popped up in 2011. He got jammed up over violating violating 8 boys. 8 boys. And also their athletic director, Tim Curley at PSU, and Vice President Gary Schultz got hit with perjury charges. See, those indictments painted a picture of a moral failure of epic proportions at PSU. Up until that point, hey, Penn State, man, had been like exemplary, from the outside looking in. But ESPN got this thing. ESPN has like a systemic blindness, that they have that's caused by their loyalties, abject power, and their unwavering devotion to the wrong values. That's right, I said it. That's right, I said it. So there was a big fuss about ESPN not covering Jerry Sadusky like they was covering a whole lot of other people, primarily black athletes. Anytime it's a black athlete, man, they're going to put it on front page. They're going to start off ESPN. They're going to start off every segment with it. It could be a segment about golf. It could be a segment about swimming. They're going to start off with what the big bad black guy did. The type of people who make it on ESPN that's black, typically the type of people that make it are the type who are willing to do the bidding of white supremacy. They're the ones who are willing to do the bidding where they throw other blacks under the bus. Now, y'all know Disney owns ESPN. Y'all see what Disney is doing over there. Man, they got all kinds of foul stuff going on, even on the kid shows. You could pretty much be any type of person and work for Disney. You can be a crook. You can be a violator of bodies. You could be anything. You could be a murderer. And you're going to be cool as long as you don't cost the company no money. If you cost them some money, they're going to have to get rid of you. Start costing them money. If you listen to the blacks on ESPN, other than appearing to placate Skip from time to time, Shannon would stand on business when it came to social issues. This is why he was able to garner so many followers when he got over to YouTube. A lot of those people who appreciated his take on social issues followed him to YouTube. So I could imagine a lot of those coconuts over there were jealous the entire time. And I know when you work for ESPN or any of these other conglomerates, all of them, they basically got the same type of culture. I know you can't just go through that beating your chest or whatever, but Shannon walked a tightrope over there, you know. He wasn't going in like reckless with it, whatever, but he did stand on business for the most part. But when you get to a certain level, the scrutiny becomes greater. So you got people at ESPN talking about they're going to quit. It's either him or us. Like they got some, like their moral compass is sold at Walmart or something. Like it's in high demand, like it's everywhere, like it's like everybody got to have one. These people who talk about they're gonna quit the job if Shannon Sharpe they don't get rid of Shannon Sharpe and they don't reprimand him. They faking, fam. Disney over the years has been not Disney, but ESPN over the years has been accused of fostering a locker room type of culture. They've been accused, they've been sued. They got so many executives over there that have been accused of essaying women. They've been accused of having a culture. So a lot of these people, all of them, they know the history of ESPN. They know ESPN been accused of all this crap. All these people that work at ESPN, they've been accused of essaying women and all this stuff. They know. But they go over there anyway. They work for ESPN anyway. Now, if you are really serious, if you one of those people who made the statement that you're gonna leave ESPN because if they don't fire Shannon, if they don't reprimand Shannon, if you're one of those people, you're a hypocrite if you're still there because you shouldn't have went to work for ESPN in the first place. You should have never went over there in the first place because you knew the culture. You knew the rumors and you went over there anyway. I don't trust you. Going into the comments. Danja, what's up? What's up? Stephen Wren. Keep it like that, yeah. Boxy Brown. Yeah, that chick, yeah, Malika, yeah, she black. No matter what anybody say, or even she say, she black, but not on the inside. Not on the inside. She like looked like that. She a coconut. Yeah, man. You got to listen to her for a few times, just especially when something controversial go down. She always goes against the brother. She never tried to get her brother grace. She go in like what they call him, an attack dog. Get him, Malika. She ready. She don't cut the brothers no slack. And all of them who have that type of mentality, they always get their end wake-up call. But I've started to believe that some of them know that that call going to come one day, and they probably had that call before. But they want to assimilate so bad. They want to get to the bag so bad. They want the money so badly that they're willing to be embarrassed. They're willing to kiss the ring. They're willing to get on their knees and hands and beg. They're willing to be ridiculed. Anything to get that bag. Anything to assemble, to be associated, to be on the inside. Yeah, man. It's a cold game. James Niven says Shannon put himself in that situation. Monique and Kat warned him. Okay, I get it. And he has less grace because he's 54, 56 or something like that. Whatever it is, he has less grace, right? He's not a kid where you warn a kid about something and they do it anyway, right? So I get that part. I get it. I get it. But I'm not willing to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I get it. A lot of us know right from wrong. A lot of us old enough to not make the same mistakes. A lot of us are old enough to not choose the wrong partner, to not choose the wrong friend. We see them. We ignore the signs. So we're old enough to walk away from a bad friendship, but we don't do it. Why? Because ain't none of us perfect. Why? Because we have hope. We give people grace. So why Shannon can't get some grace? I'm not doing it, fam. I know it's a lot of people taking this time to dance on his grave, but I'm not doing that. I'm not kicking the man while he's down. I'm not going to do that. I know, just like you saying that he old enough and he was warned, he brought this on himself. I know that. What's understood ain't got to be said. This ain't the time to kick the man while he's down. You know, man, this the time to give grace. He ain't killed nobody. And I do not think that he violated anybody. It's people talking. When I look at that chick reputation, when I check her character, it just sounds like a big old freak to me. It sounds like to me a freak trying to get paid. It sounds like to me that she saw a lick. She saw a lick and she was trying to get paid. And it also seemed like to me, Shannon saw that she saw him as a lick. I don't think he was stupid at all. I think Shannon knew she was looking at him like a lick. And Shannon was looking at her like a different type of lick. You know? And I think she gave what she had in the relationship, and he gave what he had. Fair exchange ain't robbery. But what he gave her, apparently it wasn't enough. Because remember, she wanted a big black baby in her stomach. That's what she said by her own admission. She said she wanted Shannon to give her a big black baby. She wanted some of that black baby gravy. Yeah, she wanted some baby gravy. This is how she was talking. And she said a whole lot of other stuff. This is a freak who came up on a lick. That's the way I see it. I see it as a freak coming up on a lick. Somebody got in her ear. I don't think the 19-year-old all by herself came up with this strategy. Somebody got in her ear, maybe a pimp, maybe one of her friends who were a little sharper, a little smarter, maybe a dude. Wait a minute, that's Shannon Sharpe? Club Shay Shay? Oh, yeah, okay. Say, babe, we need to get that money. That's a lick. Let me tell you how to do it. Record them. You know, do the role play thing and do the resistance thing like y'all do or whatever like you normally do. But this time record it. But they're not going to believe me because we do it all the time. Listen, you white, they're going to believe you. Listen, you're a woman. Just cry. They'll believe you. He going to probably settle. I think she's robbing him without a gun, fam. I think she's trying to rob him without a gun. Terrence Hamilton said, y'all blaming everybody but Shannon. What is there to blame? That's the point. What is there to blame Shannon for? What is the blame for? Like, typically, a blame is when you do something wrong. What did he do wrong? He didn't break any laws. So what did he do wrong? Apparently, the only thing he really did wrong was misjudge this chick, give a chick like that access to him. That's about the extent of what he did wrong to me, was picking the wrong chick to get with, hooking up with the wrong type of freak. Because there's some freaks out there that let you do what you want to do, and then you go on about your business, they go on about their business. They ain't never trying to hit you in the pocket and all that kind of stuff. She was trying to play the long ball, and looks like to me, Shannon knew she was looking at him like a lick, and he was looking at her like a different type of lick, and they were doing their thing or whatever, and that's all she was good for him. And she was trying to get to the baby. She was trying to get that big black baby so she can get that big black check. And when Shannon didn't come through, when Shannon finally started, being dismissive of her, she was like, oh, okay. I done stuck my tongue in places like that I've stuck them in before, but I stuck them in him, and oh, hell no. I want some get back. That's what that was about. I do believe. Miss AP say, when you look for freaks, this is what you get. Got what all freaks call. Let me tell you something, Miss AP. Damn near everybody you know is a freak. You probably a freak. Because if you take off your clothes, if you think about freaky, if you just think about freaky, right? Two people taking their clothes off and coming together is freaky already. Even if before they do anything, it's just freaky. Think about it. You butt naked with another human being that's butt naked, and y'all get together. Even if y'all have sex in the missionary position, it's freaky. Now, of course, you got different levels of freaky, but how you gonna get mad at somebody else's level of freaky if they're not breaking any laws? I be hearing about some of this stuff these dudes be doing. I'm like, I ain't, I ain't mad at them, but I ain't finna be hanging out with them, and I ain't finna stand by them. I don't want no picture either. I don't want no pictures or nothing. I don't want no association. But they have a right to be freaky if that's what they want to do. They got that right. People have all kind of fetishes and stuff, man. If you knew what kind of fetish your mama had, your grandmama had, you might not be so judgmental. If you knew some of the things your granddaddy did to your grandmama, you might not be so judgmental. What people do behind closed doors consensually, that's their business. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I be hearing so much stuff on this internet. I be listening. I done seen so many stories. I be hearing about stuff, man, and it don't affect me like that. Like if I hear something crazy, whatever, I just be like, I damn near didn't heard it all. So it's like nothing really just surprises me. But people got a right to escalate their freakiness. They got a right to be on whatever freak level they want to be on. If it ain't affecting me, it don't do nothing to me. Like I ain't gonna be in the room. I ain't hanging out with them. I'm not even hanging out with them. Certain people that I know that do certain things I hear about, I suspect. Yeah, I ain't going around being around them. Damn sure ain't going to their house to eat. Christians are inbred cult sex, says he completely deserves it. Why? Explain why he completely deserves it. Explain why it seemed like to me people are like really personal about their position on this. Like, is they taking it really, really personal? Like, like, like he did something to them. Like he did something to them personally. It just seemed like to me people are taking it very, very personal. Like, I just want to know, what did he do? What is it that he did or is accused of doing that really, I'm talking about like, what is it? Not what he's accused of doing, but what's the real reason why you just have this attitude that, he got to die. He should just be destroyed. Give her 50 million, whatever. What's the real reason behind that? Because I know it ain't, oh, he dating a 19-year-old girl. That ain't it. I don't care what you say, that ain't it. That's not it. I agree Shannon should have been moving differently. I get that. But still, he's still a human being. It don't matter that he on a different level and he got money. He's still a human being. And as long as you are a human being, you are going to be subjected to different levels of temptation. So you can make a mistake. You can do something out of pocket. And maybe it's not a mistake, but maybe it's a misjudgment. Maybe should have turned left, but you turned right. Whatever it is, like you still a human being. So my thing is, why are people so quick to crucify him? I don't think this deserves crucifixion. I know people who deserve that. I know people who deserve a firing squad, who deserve the death penalty, who deserve to be knocked out. I know people like that. There's a lot of them. Y'all see them every day on the internet. And ain't nobody talking about them. Y'all, in fact, some of y'all just be getting entertained by them. So what is it exactly about Shannon that makes some of y'all so heartless toward him? What is it? Can we be candid? So Sheriff Bradford say no one can blame Shannon but himself. He's an animal and he's been exposed. Now, you got to show your face talking like that. You can't just be talking reckless like that. You got to show your face when you say stuff like that. You can't be hiding behind no avatar or a letter. No, you got to show your face when you say stuff like that. We got to see who you are. He's an animal? An animal? An animal? Huh. Snoop Watts say, not legal, not illegal. Love these moral police. Lots of saints in the chat tonight. Apparently, Cougars are cool, but not Shannon Sharpe. Cougars are cool. Miss Kate Moe says, imagine being in your 50s and getting outsmarted by a teenager that sounds like she rode the short bus. She does sound like she rode the short bus, but I don't think, like I said, he got outsmarted by a teenager. I think that girl had help. I think she got somebody. I know, and I wasn't there. I know she had help. This sounds like the work of a pimp. This sounds like the work of a dude who got pimp qualities. Maybe it's an older chick who got them pimp qualities. But she ain't get there all by herself at no 20. Well, she was 19 when she met him, but she didn't get there at 21 all by herself. Nah. 21-year-olds don't go after multimillionaires like that. And they're not that savvy. They're just not that savvy. In fact, 21-year-olds still be holding out hope that they're going to be the one. They think they're going to be the one to get the baby gravy. They're going to get the big black baby put up in them. They still be holding out hope. So somebody got in her ear and told her what the play was. That's my belief. And that's my time. I appreciate y'all joining the live, fam. A few more shout outs before I check out. Christians are inbred. Brenda Holmes. Miss AP. Don't take it personal, Miss AP. Like I said, I stand on what I said. All of us are freaks. Everybody are. Everybody freaks. Some people are just a little freakier than others, or a lot freakier than others. China Carter. What's up, China? Jasmine Girl. James Tripp from Florida. Bro D. California. California ground. California ground. Today, Tuesday. Oh, man. I'm missing the 50-15 show. I'm at the 50-50. What is it? 51-50 show. I'm missing the 51-50. Man, let me get out of here so I can go check the last few minutes of Corey Holcomb. I bet y'all never heard that before, huh? Somebody on YouTube like got their own channel talking about they got to shut it down so they can go watch somebody else. Yeah, but hey, man, that's my dog, so I'm always support that. And Corey, one of the funniest dudes out there. Jerome, is that Eppinger? Courtney Alexander, what's up? Dr. Is that Shlomo? Shlomo Hassans. Okay, Ben Dennett. Judge Drez, what's up, Judge? You late to the party, man? Ryan Strickland, comedian. What's up, Ryan? Jonathan Morgan, Charles Evans. Riz Ray. All right, that's it, fam. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.